Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for coming over from Red Panda Mining. I really appreciate Red. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate everybody in the mining community. My name is Vega. This is SerpentX Special Forces. This is a show that we do, a weekly show that we do every Saturday called Caffeine Crypto. Typically, I would start and then Red Panda Mining would come after, but this morning he decided to help a friend out, and I really appreciate that type of gesture. We don't have that too much in the collective world, so I really appreciate what the mining community as a whole has provided. But yeah, so Caffeine and Crypto, we just talk about a couple of news articles. EIP 1559 has been a hot topic for the past week and some change. It's very important, one, that I educated myself and to make sure that I'm not misrepresenting or providing misinformation. Max Voltage has been keeping me in check. Bits Be Trippin' has been dropping knowledge bombs. Seth from Mind Your Biz. Just making sure that the overall community is informed and coming to a consensus. Yesterday, we had another live stream. My stream was horrible. I do apologize for the quality. I don't know why it kept dropping. I have a good computer. I have a good router. There's no weird ports or firewall rules, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But my apologies. It was to discuss what happened in the cat herders meeting yesterday. And there was a couple of points that I may bring up in today's video. But first off, let me thank everybody who stopped by here from Red Panda Mining stream. There's so many of you. Wow, 128 viewers. This is the most I have ever had, period. Thank you so much. I can't thank you guys enough. I will say this, pretty much. Yeah, there's wow, Crypto Shape, Custom Crunch, Rabid Mining, Techman, Bryson, Tactione, Chris Breakham, May, Miggs, Brent Hunt. I can't name GeForce Modding. I can't name all of them. There's so many. This is crazy. But yeah, all of you. Even though I'm not calling out your name individually, I just want you to know that I appreciate you, okay? Just please bear that in mind. The markets, you know, compared to last week where it was very bullish, we almost got close, with 58,000. We're kind of sitting in this mid-range area now. Let me go out of the short-range time frame real quick. So, no, I'm not doing my free trial. I should pay for TradingView, but not yet. Yeah, we hit 58.3 somewhere in there, so almost 60K, and now we're bouncing in this range between, you know, the 48,000s and 45,000s. This is to me right now, this is a good buying opportunity. Not financial advice, but this is a good, you know, buy the dips. Good opportunity to go ahead and DCA, dollar cost average in, and grab some more assets. And that's exactly what I did when the stock market started to take a hit. You know, not financial advice. I got a little bit of Tesla, a little bit of Nvidia, a little bit of the energy companies, right? Companies that are focusing on hydro, stuff like that. Because I believe in the long run, those companies will do well. Not all, so you got to be careful, do your own research. And then also into cryptocurrency. I will have a video coming out sometime in the future of what my portfolio, my crypto specifically portfolio will look like. If you're interested in that, please subscribe to the channel. And one thing I want to mention is, let's go ahead and do it right now. This live stream and pretty much most of my Caffeine and Crypto episodes or live streams are sponsored by dogelord.com. Is actually something new. So dogelord.com, the links are in the description if you want to check that out. Red Panda Mining has his collection on there, DCA Adventure, Open Application or Aeon, excuse me, and Cryptocurrent as well. And if you click my collection, I actually have a new shirt and mug. Stack them sats. It's something I say all the time. To be honest, is your you know, the sats or satoshis are the individual numbers, right? So you might have 0.000005 Bitcoin, but it's better than having 0 Bitcoin. You always want to keep stacking them sats, whether you're mining, buying, dollar cost averaging, keep stacking them sats. I think it's really, really important. And various elements like shirts, hoodies, the whole 9 yards. So check that out in the link in the description below. I want you to know something. The proceeds from dogelord.com do help out the channel. He is just hosting collection for me because it's so expensive to host a store. Also, you can join the X Special Forces channel, and everything you do from super chats to joining to buying off of dogelord.com helps support the channel and consequently helps me get new hardware, because the biggest problem, one, is hardware is too expensive right now, unless I have to pay scalper prices. And just like you, the individual, we are all trying to hunt or fight for these GPUs. I don't have a direct connect. I don't have a line of communication with the individual vendors or manufacturers. So I don't have, the fast pass, so to speak, to cut in line and get a GPU. However, I was able, by luck only, to get a Nvidia 3060 non-TI through the Newegg Shuffle. And I expect that to come soon. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date, and as soon as I get that GPU, we'll do a quick live stream, do some testing, see the impacts of the driver that they have, to try to mitigate miners, and then obviously in the future, if there's a way to mitigate that, I will probably do a video on that as well. But I welcome you to join the X Special Forces channel as a member, and I really appreciate any help that you could provide. I understand if you cannot, if money's tight, you do you. Take care of yourself first. Take care of your priorities, make sure bills are paid, all that good stuff. So before we get into anything Ethereum or EIP related, I just want to go through the news articles that I have that I always include in the description of this video. I know there's a lot of you in chat. I'll do my best to interact with you, but I won't be able to keep up with all of it. If you really want to get my attention, just at me. Super chat me, whatever you want. Again, only if money allows. Another thing I want to warn you about is I got something in my eye. So if you see me rubbing my eye all the time, that's because it's watering. It's actually behind the eye. It kind of sucks. So my apologies if that's annoying you. But Bitcoin pizza all over again. Delivery driver reports cashes in on a $400 BTC tip. So somebody ordered a pizza, and he let the pizza guy choose between $5 of fiat or BTC. He did choose wisely. The driver who held the $5 in Bitcoin as a tip of a pizza delivery service has reportedly resurfaced after 7 years. According to the post from Redditor BTC Bible, the Bitcoiner ordered a pizza on December 28, 2013, and gave the delivery driver two options: $5 bill or 0.0069 BTC on a paper wallet. The value was roughly the same at the time, given the price of crypto's asset was around $700.74. Wouldn't that be awesome? $700.74 to Bitcoin. I would have bought as many as I could possibly. However, the driver reportedly contacted BTC Bible this week and for help on getting the funds into the hot wallet. With Bitcoin's recent rise to new all-time highs of more than 58,000, the BTC is now worth over $400, an increase of more than 7,000% since the pizza was actually delivered. I let the pizza guy choose between $5 or BTC, and we already said this 102 times. Needless to say, he chose wisely. I provided instructions on how to import the private key via the Electrum wallet. So I thought this was a pretty good story. Another pizza story brought to you by Bitcoin. Needless to say. Take off your shirt? What? No. This is, I won't take it off, but this is one of the shirts on dogelord.com. Get involved in mine crypto. But I don't know, what kind of tips am I getting? Hang on. Are we talking price? What's the price? Hard lens. Let's see here. Can you please talk about ADA holding price and going up? I have big doubts about this. Okay, we'll take a look at it and see what's going on. Take care, Red Panda. Thank you for everything you do, buddy. So yeah, Bitcoin. If you want to join in the celebration, every Friday, or every Friday that you can, order yourself a pizza using Bitcoin. And if you don't know how to use your Bitcoin in everyday transactions, stay tuned. I will also have a video about that. Unfortunately, I don't release videos on a daily situation, or I don't have the capability of doing that, but I will continue to produce content, and I appreciate your patience. Full-time dad, full-time husband, full-time employee, and full-time nut. Let's look at ADA real quick. Remember, I like to look, if you're new to the channel, I like to compare against the BTC value, not so much the USD value. But we'll look at USD here in a second. All right, so we had a pretty good run-up since... wow. It's been going. January... Yeah, so I would say January 2nd was the beginning of this run-up. And if I move it a little bit to your left, my right, I don't know how that works. We peaked out at 3192 Satoshis. Okay, all right. Let's check out the 4 hours. Okay, so we're pretty far away, and I know I don't have the DCA tracker on here, but if we did pull back, and not financial advice, but if we did pull back, I'm speculating around 2,600 Satoshis, somewhere in there, you know, just to meet that 13. Your question is whether or not we're going to do it. Wow, okay, so the ribbons are really, yeah, so 20, yeah. If we did pull back, somewhere between 2,600 to 2,700 Satoshis is where we would drop down to if you're looking for an entry. Again, not financial advice. I am not a TA expert. I'm learning off of people like Crypto Wendy, oh my goodness, Traveling Crypto or Traveling Trader, so on and so forth. Chancoin with the $20. Thank you so much. Not enough for your new hardware, but I hope it helps for shipping fee. Thank you, bud. It actually will, because I paid the rush processing and shipping fee to try to get it here as fast as can. What's ironic is on Newegg it offered the next day stuff, but I messaged them. I was like, "There's no way you can make that happen. I'm in Florida, first off, and you're in California trying to ship me next day. You're not gonna do it." And sure enough, it didn't happen. So. Any of my moderators in here? Crypto Mikel, Red Panda, Max Voltage. All right, you guys keep an eye on chat just in case things go crazy. Yeah, but for ADA or Cardano, I think it's still I believe in the project as a whole, as you will see in an upcoming video, which is why I continue to support it. As far as, you know, it being overextended, maybe a little bit, but it's pushing up again. Maybe you can wait till it dips down to the around 2,600 level, or 2,700, and then get some more. What is it's a little bit overextended. Let's just say that. It's a little bit overextended. I mean, it's plus 16% right now. You can see it's really getting pumped compared to the other coins because it's in the deep greens. Not too many other coins in the deep greens except for ARC, Strat, and a few other smaller coins. So yeah. All right, moving on. Exchange demands users return the Bitcoin that they got at 6,000. All right, so apparently the glitch on PDAX temporarily dropped BTC price to 88% and saw trading suspended. The exchange held a press conference yesterday and explained what happened. One of the Southeast Asia's biggest crypto exchanges is blaming a technical glitch for the price of Bitcoin dropping down to 300,000 Philippine pesos. Roughly 6,100 on February 16th. An unknown number of customers in the Philippine Digital Assets Exchange, or PDAX, managed to buy thousands of Bitcoin from the exchange at a massive discount, making them local currency billionaires on paper, at least for a few hours. The number of PDAX customers withdrew their purchase of Bitcoin from the exchange, limited on individual accounts of 1 BTC per 24 hours, so they couldn't take it all out. PDAX is reportedly demanding that these users refund the BTC obtained during the crash under the threat of potential legal action. What? Dude, you messed up. And now you want me to pay you back? No. That's stupid. Can they do that? They wouldn't be able to do that in the US. But this is the Philippines, so I can't speak for the Philippines. Anybody from the Philippines got to experience this glitch? Let me know in the live chat. Make sure you at me because a lot of you in here. The tech glitch led to a 36-hour closure, and several users continue to report remaining locked out of their accounts. That is crazy. That is crazy. So you messed up, and you want me to pay you back. Okay. You can read more about all of these articles that I'm going to feature in today's video down below in the description. Don't forget to check out the various links that I have for reported hardware, recommended hardware or something like that, dogelore.com, so on and so forth. Feel free to check those out in the description below. Can we get up to 200 viewers? I'm not sure. We're getting close, though. I don't think Savage Mind is in here, right? Savage Mind, you in here? Oh, he is. All right. Thank you, moderators. Let's keep it clean and civil, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, we need to get more ladies. I'm looking at the analytics for my channel. We need to get more ladies in this. There's a lot of ladies in the crypto trading sphere, but we need to get more ladies in the mining sphere. All right, so attention Kraken shoppers. Ether is half off at $700 during the Monday crypto sale. So not only did we have the situation with PDAX, but earlier this week, Ether, the second biggest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, at one point traded on Kraken Exchange at less than half the prices found on other exchanges during Monday's massive sell-off. Amid the market melee that plummeted crypto assets across the board, Ether's price went as low as $1,546,000, down from $1,800,000, according to CoinDesk 20 data. However, the number was staggeringly low, like $700 on Kraken. In 1 minute time span, the ETH USD pair on Kraken dropped to $700, and then boom, from 1628 to 700, and you can see that big old dip. I mean, how awesome would it have been to have your positions in at $700, and you're getting basically Ethereum at half off, 50% off, 50% off, buy one get one free. I'm joking. That would have been totally awesome. Savage Mind, let me know in the live chat if we're still on for today, bud. Nobody needs to know what we're doing, but I'm probably going to spill the beans anyways. All right, so the breathtaking drop wasn't only regulated to Ether. Trading of Cardano suffered a similar fate, and so this goes back to ADA, on Kraken, with the ADA USD pairs slumping to 15 cents from 84 cents. During the same hour, the lowest price of Cardano recorded was 83 cents. And we can see, look, Cardano is at $1.39 right now, or ADA, and you could have got it on Kraken at least for 15 cents. That's sick. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been in Cardano or ADA for some time now, and I was getting in at the 15, 13 cent mark, 20 cent mark. I've been in it for a while, so it's looking pretty good. And you can stake Cardano or ADA, which I highly recommend you do if you decide to get in it. Now, if you're cautious and you're wondering, should I get in or not, one thing I want you to know is, if you dollar cost average, right? If you dollar cost average into a project and it dips, you take less of a hit. Now, if you just go and spend thousands or hundreds of thousands or 10,000s on a project, expecting it to pump and it takes a huge dip, you're definitely going to have a huge impact. So my recommendation is, if you're not mining, dollar cost average in, and then exchange that Bitcoin or whatever the main token is for other assets that you believe in. I get into these other projects because I can believe in it. I like the devs. I like their white paper, the roadmap, all of that. But always do your own research. Don't meme into a coin, okay? Rondi, thank you so much. Let's hope for another 3 more years of Ethereum proof of work. I would love to see that. Honestly, before we get into this article, let me switch back over here real quick. All right, so another 3 more years of Ethereum technically isn't out of the cards. However, I foresee them wanting to push proof of stake or ETH 2.0 a lot sooner, just from the sentiment that I'm getting. This whole EIP 1559, yesterday's meeting, where the gentleman, Mr. Carter from Bitsby Trippin, represented the miners, the at-home miners, and the small to mid-scale miners, basically any GPU miners except for ASICs. It felt like his argument was not really being accepted, or his data points weren't really being accepted, and that's fine. We just want the Ethereum community, whether they are more focused on the investors in DeFi space, to understand the miners' perspective, so that way they can do what they do. If you're hitting me up in the live chat, I'm not looking at it right now. I'm going to read a couple things if I can. So, with the mindset, right? With the mindset that the ETH network was always intended to exist to serve, to eventually move to proof of stake, the mindset that ETH is only in existence to serve investors, the DeFi space, and the items around it is kind of a narrow view. And the mindset that they overpay for security because of the gas and price and all that stuff, I understand their argument, all right? The 4K giveaway that I did, where I selected winners and I wanted to send them Ethereum because they won. The amount of gas I paid to get that Ethereum to you, the winner, was ridiculous. On top of that, it took me a week to get it to them because it got stuck. Okay, so I would pay, and the gas would be at 130, 150 at this time, and then it would be a spike because it was around 9 p.m. It would be a spike, and because I didn't pay enough gas, it was stuck. And one transaction, I did do that, but it was still stuck for days. So finally, I had to reset my MetaMask and reconnect everything and all that stuff, and I was able to finally get the payments out. So I understand what they're talking about. When I go to do swaps on Uniswap or some type of DeFi application, it's really annoying that I am unable to complete the transaction, or that I'm having to pay so much for so little. Really, the people that are getting big sloughs of DeFi tokens and stuff like that, or doing major swaps that are in the close to thousands or 10,000s or 100,000s, they don't care about paying the fee. But the little people that are trying to get a little bit here, a little bit there, it's not economical. So I understand their viewpoint, but I want them to just be open and listen to the miners, and don't just write us off because you're already planning on leaving us, okay? As I said in the live stream last night, they married us with the intent to divorce right off the rip, all right? They again, Ethereum was planning on going to proof of stake from the rip. So I understand that's the sentiment. However, and this is going to be elaborated on a little bit more. I believe there's also going to be another stream tonight around 9:30 Eastern, maybe 9:30, 10 Eastern, with Bits Be Trippin' and hopefully a dev or two to try to talk about some key points. We don't want to speculate on anything. We just want to talk some key points out and hash some concerns or questions. But not wanting to pay, or we pay too much for security sentiment is stupid to me, because your security is the utmost importance. Your security should always be of the utmost importance, or at least a top priority in your life. At least it is in mine. So paying the minimum that you can for security is not really good. I tried to do an analogy, and I did horrible yesterday, but it's like paying for paying for ADT, and because you don't want to pay for that level of security, you get some unknown name brand with a guy that's watching your house from a phone. Not exactly secure, but you're paying the cheapest, so why should you care? So when something happens, then you're going to be doubting yourself, or you should have been like, oh, maybe we should have listened. So I don't know. I am not an expert in the EIP 1559. I've just been absorbing all the knowledge. But in the summary aspect of it, I want to say this. The devs, so Bits Be Trippin' mentioned like 30 to 40% dip in profits, while one of the devs mentioned a 20 to 30% dip in profit. So if you just wanted those numbers. On top of that, I want you to think of EIP 1559 as a toll road, right? So we got a 4-lane highway, and it's a toll road, right? People who drive on this highway have to pay a toll, and they're always going to have to pay a toll if they ride on this highway. All of the EIP 1559 is going to do is try to streamline the traffic. So we're getting congested, we're slowing down, we're having traffic jams, and EIP 1559 is going to try to make that more fluid, so that way traffic can continue to flow and remove the congestion. However, just like you got the HOV lane and stuff like that, you can pay the fast pass, like in Orlando. People in the DeFi space can pay the fast pass to skip in line and have their transactions go through first. And those transactions, those fast pass fees, are referred to as MEV, I believe. And I'm trying to learn more about that now. So, again, don't quote me on it. I would challenge you to go check out Bitsby Trippin' or something like that. He's much more knowledgeable. But everybody in the community is been asking the tough questions to get answers to provide you the correct information. Those are just my silly analogies and stuff like that. All right, so taxes are here. This is tax season. Right now, if you're in the U.S., you're concerned about taxes. I'm not going to go through this entire thing, but this is a 2021 crypto tax guide, basically. The IRS and other cryptocurrencies should be treated as property. Bitcoin and other IRS says or decided that Bitcoin and other crypto assets should be treated as property, meaning that they qualify for capital gains treatment similar to traditional assets like stocks and bonds. They are, however, in some instances, where certain activities involving digital assets are treated as income and therefore subject to income tax. What crypto actions are taxable events in the United States? Now, this may not be for your country, wherever you are, but check out your local laws. Selling crypto is a capital gains tax event. Okay, using crypto to purchase goods and services, capital gains tax event. Trading or swapping one crypto asset for another, either on an exchange or directly peer-to-peer. Yeah, max voltage. That's what that's the meeting I'm talking about. I don't know if I'll be live streaming. I would try to live stream, but you may not have me directly like I'm talking to you now. You may just have the Zoom meeting where we're all discussing. I really want to listen in on this. I would try to participate, but I don't want to walk in. It's like going into an arena with a bunch of groomed fighters, and I'm a skinny little scrawny guy, and I don't know what the heck to do. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to learn. I'm going to grow. And I'm going to get stronger by watching and adapting. You got to adapt and overcome. That's just how I'm raised. All right, so income tax events includes receiving cryptocurrency from an airdrop. So when you got paid by Uniswap and stuff like that, that would be a taxable event. Other crypto interest earnings from decentralized finance, so yield farming, that's a taxable event. Crypto mining income from block rewards and transaction fees, so the stuff that you mine and accumulate is a tax event. Crypto earned from liquidity pools and staking, so ADA, Cardano, Tezos, Algorand, stuff like that, that's a tax event. Receiving cryptocurrency as a means of payment for carrying out work, including bug bounties. Now, it's worth noting that any losses incurred from trading can be used to offset your capital gains, as well as deduct up to $3,000 off of your normal income tax depending on how long you held the asset for, see below. And they give us examples, how much you would pay long-term, short-term. Here's a chart and stuff like that. Here's what I would say, okay? You want to report, if you're in the U.S., you want to report what you're doing to the IRS. I strongly encourage that because you don't want them coming back at you and being like, well, you owe us this much. That can actually hurt you rather than help you. So just be upfront. Okay, you can go to various exchanges, you could go to various apps, and you could actually print out, the amount of trades that you did, the amount of crypto that you earned, so on and so forth. You calculate, add it all up, and then there you go. But this information and this guide is super helpful, and I'm going to put it in the description. Everybody has a different tax bracket, a different tax situation. So I can't speak for everybody, but just know what you mine, what you trade, what you stake is taxable. So be careful, okay? All right, so links in the description. Let's keep it moving. All right, so Ebang is planning to expand business to mine LTC and DOGE. DOGE is really just killing it, man. The memes are strong with this one. DOGE, BTC. Actually, let's do USD. Okay, so still around 5 cents. Let's see how Doge is doing against BTC. So, all right, so the fiat trading pair and the crypto trading pair are basically the same. So we haven't seen the high since the memes went off rip. And look at that, man. Just look at the meme heavy right here. Just meme heavy. Just boom to the moon. And then it wasn't to the moon. I don't know if you guys made profits off of that, but I didn't participate in this craziness. But yeah. So I mean, you're looking at something that was less than a cent, pumps all the way up to 8 cents, drops all the way back down to 2 cents, pumps back up to 8 cents, and then it comes back down. Now we're sitting around 5 cents. I mean, if you had Doge since way back, this probably was a good opportunity to sell. So it's just crazy that this continues to be at the forefront of news. I mean, it doesn't help that Elon Musk keeps throwing a random tweet out there about it. But yeah, so Ebang is planning on expanding their operations to mine LTC and DOGE. According to the announcement from Chinese mining equipment manufacturer Ebang, the firm's board passed a resolution on Thursday to establish Litecoin and Dogecoin mining business. Ebang said it used some of its own rigs in addition to purchasing some from the crypto mining manufacturers. By leasing computing powers from other mining farms, Ebang claimed it would be able to mine the two tokens simultaneously. Diversified and vertically integrate blockchain company. Okay. We would develop LTC and Doge mining on the basis of our Bitcoin mining business. The development of the business will further promote our related cryptocurrency focused businesses and increase our revenue. The Chinese firm has been selling its own brand of mining equipment since December 2016. However, as part of the June 2020 announcement that it would be going public on the Nasdaq, Ebang said it would be expanding its services to include crypto mining facilities. Last week, the firm announced it would be establishing a Bitcoin mining business and in reported plans to launch a cryptocurrency exchange before the end of the first quarter. Like Bitmain, MicroBT, Canaan, Ebang is considered one of the largest mining equipment manufacturers globally. Since going public, the company's stock has increased more than 60% from $5 to $8.05 at the beginning of the publication. It is also planning to expand its services to New Zealand by purchasing a local financial firm and setting up a digital assets platform. So Ebang's making some waves, but this growth has its positive and its negatives, and we'll get into that in just a second. This growth has its positive and negatives. One of the negatives right now, me mining in my household, small time miner, is the heat that it produces, especially during the spring and summer, will heat up. So what does that mean on the environment? Well, I'm gonna shut up. I'm going to play a video for you. I'm not sure if I get demonetized for it or not, but it doesn't matter. I just want to play this short clip for you. Maybe not the whole thing, but we'll see. I got to mute myself. Hang on.
Why is Bitcoin, Nick, not as bad for the environment as many critics like to allege?
Thanks for having me back. And yeah, I'll start by saying, look, Bitcoin absolutely is an industry that consumes a lot of energy. That is by design. We needed to find a way to issue the units fairly. So to create a unit of Bitcoin, miners have to burn some energy. Satoshi thought about alternative ways to do it, but there wasn't really a better way to fairly distribute a monetary unit from scratch. Now, Cambridge Center for Alternative Finance has some good estimates on Bitcoin's renewable versus non-renewable share of energy. They find that it's about 39% as of their most recent study. The Chinese element is very interesting. Certainly some Bitcoins are mined with coal in Xinjiang province and Inner Mongolia. But if you look at the other provinces where there's a lot of Bitcoin mining activity on a seasonal basis, you're looking at Sichuan province and Yunnan province. In those places, there's a lot of hydropower that was overbuilt over the last decade, and that's hydropower which would otherwise be curtailed. And so you see that being put to use, mining Bitcoin, and so that's a cleaner way to mine it. So it's sort of a more nuanced picture than some of the critics represent.
So sticking with that nuance then, Nick, I mean, a lot of people would, when they sort of talk about how dirty Bitcoin is, they compare it to the idea of sort of, how dirty sort of cash would be or swiping a credit card would be, and that's the comparison they're making. Is that a fair apples to apples comparison?
It's just very different. I mean, a credit network is a small layer in the broader payments, clearing, and settlement monetary stack, and ultimately those networks depend on the US dollar. So I would argue that since Bitcoin proposes an entire self-contained monetary and payment system, you should probably be comparing that to the whole dollar system and all the externalities that entails. And you could even, if you wanted to stretch the analogy a little bit, represent that the US military is one of those pillars that supports the dollar system. Of course, that's a big consumer of oil. So it really is a function of what you compare it to. A lot of people compare it to individual payments networks like Venmo or Visa. I'm not exactly sure that's a fair comparison because those are just small layers in the broader dollar system.
All right, that's enough of that. You could watch the whole thing on Bloomberg Technology YouTube. I thought that was pretty interesting of how people are trying to say that Bitcoin mining and stuff like that is bad for the environment, but when you look at it at scale compared to other industries, it's not as bad as some people may think. And yeah, it's growing, right? But I have confidence that in the future we'll have hydro farms, solar farms, maybe not wind farms because I can't speak to the efficiency of the windmills, but I definitely expect that something. We will be able to negate the impact that everybody keeps screaming about. All right. So we're at the halfway point. Let me check live chat real quick. There was a question. Crypto world. What about Bybit? I live in the USA. Use a VPN to sign up. Crikey. I'm joking. Sign up. They say no American IP. So how to tell taxes about my Bybitties I made. All right. So, that's a good point. So, some of these exchanges, like Binance, Bybit, you are not supposedly allowed to exchange on that platform because you are a U.S. citizen, okay? And by the way, Ada's pumping. To the gentleman that asked that question, Ada's pumping, just FYI. I'm pointing at you, but you're not even over there. You're over here. So, you open up a VPN, you get on these exchanges, you make trades and stuff like that. Technically, you're not supposed to be on that exchange. But there's a way that you can print out, your trades, right? And then just put your trades in there. Because all the IRS cares about is the money that you made, the money that you gained, right? Because there's no such thing as free money, which I think it should be. I don't think the IRS should even be involved. The whole point of cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, was created to, in my eyes, and I could be wrong, let me know in the live chat. In my eyes, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is created for the people, right? Not for the governments, the 1%, the big companies, for the people, right? To have a non-correlated asset in which, they can protect their wealth with. And unfortunately, especially now, when we see the stock markets drop, we see Bitcoin drop. And that's because a lot of the big guys that are in the stock markets are also in crypto. And so when they're losing in one, they would usually pull from the other or vice versa. I don't want them to be correlated, but you can wish in one hand and yeah, I'm not going to say that analogy, but anyways, point being is you, the individual who's using an exchange that you technically shouldn't be, don't cite the exchange, just show them the numbers, right? So we traded this much BTC to ETH, I got, $10, or I did a $29 transaction for BNB, I did a $100 transaction for ADA. So on and so forth. Just give them the raw numbers and go from there. And you can print that information, right, PDF. And I use Adobe Acrobat, but I grab the information using Adobe Acrobat, and I convert it into an Excel. And then I use that Excel as my here you go. This is what I did, guys. But I kind of feel like it's, I don't know. It's very annoying. Anyways, you could invest in heat recovery system. You could do like Bill Gates, and what is it? Offset their carbon, what is it called? Carbon. There's a certain terminology he used. Carbon. It's not carbon emissions. It's carbon tax. Is it carbon tax? Yeah. So for all the stuff that he does, and I that can be super expensive, which is why the billionaires and 1%ers should be doing it, not so much the common people. But you can technically offset your carbon impact on society by doing various things. Planting trees, going solar, maybe switching your car from fossil fuels to electric, which I would love to do. I would love to have a Tesla, especially for local driving around to work and stuff like that. But that's something that I'm probably way away from. But yeah, small stuff like that. Oil? Who's talking about oil? You cooking? Knife party. That's hilarious. Can BTC farms run out of solar energy? Yes. Because right now the problem, Miguel, is that the solar farms themselves, or not the solar farms, the panels are not as efficient. We have this issue right now where the panels themselves are not as efficient. Yeah, you can take some of that energy and store it and then utilize it, but because of the energy demand, like just to power my 2 mining rigs, I would need to spend $40,000 or more just to have enough. I need Tesla power walls, like 3 of them, plus all the solar panels, and I need to cover at least 50% of my roof just to offset my 2 mining rigs. So yeah, as the technology grows, though, it's going to become more and more efficient. So I look forward to that. But yeah, it is possible. But what you can do is you can run your solar. You can run off your solar during peak hours, because we're all getting hit depending on where you live in the country and stuff like that. I know here in the U.S. there's peak hours, so you're going to get charged more for the electricity you use during those peak hours. So if you could use your solar, hydro, or wind power during those peak hours, you can reduce your amount on the electrical grid. I would love to go solar, by the way. I would love to, but it's just a huge carbon footprint. Thank you, Ian. Reduce your carbon footprint. Exchanging or using crypto is a crime in your country, but 80% mine and exchange BTC. Well, hard lens. Good luck to you. Be careful with that. Don't get in trouble, alright, man? Pocket change. I see you dropping them bombs over at Red Panda. Good job, man. Anyone know how taxes work in the U.S. for mining? If you're mining ETH, the ETH has a different value every minute, but you are holding it. So what do you report? So you wouldn't report. All right, here's what I want you to think of, and I could be wrong, so maybe consult a tax professional. But if I bought ETH in 2012 and I just been holding it, I'm not going to report it 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. I'm only going to report it if I sold. So if I bought in 2012, I should have reported it then. And I'm just saying, this is just an example. I don't think anybody bought ETH in 2012. They were mining ETH. But if I did, I would have reported on the 2013 tax return. And then if I sold this year, I would report it as well. But if you're buying and you bought in 2019, technically, you shouldn't have to report it on this year's tax return for 2020 because you're holding it. It hasn't done anything. You haven't gained anything out of it. Now, if you were staking it or using it for DeFi and stuff like that, anytime you're doing some type of transaction, they want you to report it. And I'm doing air quotes for a reason, guys. They want you to report it, but I believe in 2019, from 2018 to 2019, the idea was if it was less than $20,000, you don't report it. But if it was more than $20,000, you do need to report it. And now that's changed to you need to report everything. So I'm not sure. Crypto is new to the regulator, so we have to see. What? Wait a second, huh? Really? Sorry, Pocket. I'm sorry, Pocket. That's awesome. Thank you for hanging out with the community. Appreciate it. So Trip6 Flick says solar is cheap, ROI 8 to 12 years. But yeah, you ROI in 8 to 12 years, but what about the efficiency? Have you seen the efficiency issues with the solar panels and what's happening at the molecular level? You gotta check that out. All right. Any other questions so we could get back into it? What if I hodl till I buy Tesla? Does Big Brother need to tax me then? Yes. So if you hodl and you get enough and that asset grows and you have enough to buy a Tesla, and you go buy a Tesla, you got to report it. So yeah. I'm sorry I'm not as entertaining as Red Panda Mining. My apologies. I see that I'm losing a lot of people, but this is just who I am and what I do. But I appreciate those of you who have hung out with us so far. Again, I do this every Saturday, Caffeine and Crypto. I do produce content, mining content, crypto-related content, but my channel isn't just crypto. I may do teardowns, GPU reviews, stuff like that. I do have a 3060 on the way. As soon as I get that, I'll do a live stream and then maybe do some overall performance understanding and stuff like that. The biggest thing that I did recently was to identify the issues with the 3000 series with memory. A lot of people were reporting issues, so I took K-type thermocouples, did a teardown, I looked at everything, and we identified that it's throttling not because of the GPU, but because of the memory temperatures. And Gigabyte, unfortunately, uses very cheap memory thermal pads. That's how Red Panda was able to find out, oh, this is what's happening. Because Hardware Info wasn't reporting it at the beginning. When this cards first came out, they weren't reporting it. So, yeah, my information helped out a lot of people in the crypto world, and that's what I'm all about. I'm all about sharing my data, my information to help you guys out. So, Nvidia supply shortage won't stop 50 million Q1 crypto miner sales, says CFO. The perfect storm consisting of COVID-19, supply shortages, and surging crypto prices has resulted in the best financial quarter in Nvidia's history. All stocks hit all-time high as the stock hits all-time highs. Nvidia's ongoing supply problem won't stop the company from selling 50 million worth of new CMP chip range in the first quarter of 2021. The company's chief financial officer, Khaled, forecast on February 24th. Nvidia failed to meet the demand from its core gamer customer base in 2020, and the trends looks to be set to continue to 2021. I mentioned this in a past episode that I don't expect things to get better into the end of this year, December, and it looks like it may be dipping into the next year. Added demand from a horde of cryptocurrency enthusiasts keen to direct Nvidia's new 3000 series GPU to Ether mining initially appeared to pile the pressure on the company, but the firm's CFO expects the recent announced cryptocurrency mining processor product line will hit 50 million in sales in the first quarter of the year. I don't have a direct connection to anybody, but I am trying to get my hands on some of these mining GPUs. If you guys know anybody, hit me up. You can find me at SerpentXSF on Twitter, on Instagram. Also, links are in the banner of my website, and if you want to get into Discord, I did have to kind of put it behind a paywall just to try to remove bots, to try to mitigate some of them. There's always a crack for security. For every secure object or every security measure has some type of crack to it. So I know some bots will be in there, but you got to verify or be verified, so on and so forth. But you have to join in order to get into it. There's a few times where I would drop the Discord link where you can jump in, but you just got to pay attention for when that might happen. It's random. It's not going to be on Twitter. It's always going to be during a live stream. So despite supply problems, Nvidia hit record revenues of $5 billion in the last quarter in 2020, while its stock price soared to all-time highs, the near exact repeat of the market conditions present in 2018, when increased demand amid supply shortages pushed the stock to the highest level in history of history. On Wednesday, the U.S. President Joe Biden signed an executive order to address the shortage of semiconductors and microchips. A critical review will investigate the country's failing supply lines, which have been shown to rely too much on the Chinese manufacturing, highlighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Hopefully we can bring some of those guys into the U.S. Hopefully. The chip shortage boosts the value of Phalix Semiconductor Index, which tracks the value of chip-related stocks, with the index gaining 70% in the past 12 months. JP Morgan analyst Harlan Sur expects the pump to continue, even though the supply shortage won't be corrected for some time. Let's go look at the supply shortage. So moments after the 3060 was on sale, moments after, and it's not even the 3060 Ti, we're looking at the 3060. Let's go to buy it now. And we're going to have a bunch of listings in here trying to battle the bots, and I completely understand. Yeah, China set. That's what I want. Hand-drawn artwork. There you go. 3060 Ti, hand-drawn. $895 is the lowest 3060 that you can buy. That is sad. Off rip, this card should be $329 to $450 or something like that, and it's double what it is. All cards are. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let's go look at a 3080. Let's see if there's any good deals on 3080s. Hell no. At least during the beginning, the scalpers had the price down to around $1,000. Here it is, right here. So around $1,000, you have yourself a 3080. I do not condone whatsoever their behavior or you supporting their behavior. Do not buy these cards from these people. Just be patient. Keep trying to get it. In my Discord, there's links to stock drops and stuff like that. That's where you should be focusing. You should be in these stock drop channels, trying to focus down and get yourself a GPU. You should not be supporting these scalpers, because if you support them and they see they're going to get the money anyways, they're going to continue to do it. But yeah, hopefully they can saturate. The good thing is eventually what's going to happen is when the supply settles, you know, COVID-19 is in the history books, the supply settles, and Nvidia and AMD are producing more than what the bots and scalpers have the money to grab. We're going to get the second-hand GPU market is going to get saturated. That's the good news. When that will happen, though, who's to tell? Especially with Ethereum moving to proof of stake. When Ethereum moves to proof of stake, many of the at-home GPU miners may not switch to new project, even though I will, and I know much of my community and much of the people that I talk to will. They may just go and sell their GPUs, and so the second-hand market is going to get filled with people who, you know, wanted to just focus on mining Ethereum, only Ethereum and not any other coins, selling their cards, and then the market stabilizing, everything going back to normal, supply being very good, and then the bots and the scalpers are like, well, I got like hundreds of these in my closet, I don't want any more, and they don't buy it up anymore. Then we're going to start seeing we're going to get discounts and stuff like that. And hopefully it will be so discounted that we'll be able to buy it all up. So Nvidia estimates Ethereum miners contribute 2 to 6% of Q4 revenue. Nvidia expects $50 million in revenue will come from new miner-specific product during the first quarter. We already talked about this. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. All right. Yeah, we already talked about this. Now, the 3060 that I have on the way, Hashraptor posted this about a week ago. Nvidia nerfs Ethereum hash rate and launches CMP dedicated mining hardware. So, again, CMP dedicated cards are going to be for sale. I think they're going to be for sale by distributors like ASUS, EVGA, stuff like that. You won't be able to buy it off a Newegg. I am not sure, though. Maybe you will. Maybe Alibaba, whatever. So I am trying to get my hands on those cards. So if you do find a way, let me know. But basically, the 3060 itself has been nerfed via driver patch. However, there might be a way to mitigate that, and we'll find out as time goes on and stuff like that. Stay tuned in the channel and subscribe for updates. But one of the critical points during this period of high demand of graphics cards is the portion of them are being purchased by professional users looking to mine cryptocurrencies. The recent launch of new cards, coupled with record highs in cryptocurrency market, has led to a rebirth of the mining community, with, as of recently, could earn $15 per day for the RTX 3090. These professional miners buying graphics cards by the pallet load, sometimes bypassing retailers, are going direct to distributors, as they can guarantee a complete shipment sale in one go. The knock-on effect is fewer cards available for gamers looking to build a new system, leading to empty shelves and causing prices to spike for a handful of cards that have ever made it to the retailers. In order to at least offer a fig leaf to gamers, the past certain graphics board partners started producing mining-only graphics cards. These have no graphical outputs, no I/O on the backside, making them almost impossible for gaming use cases. But it filtered off some of the mining market into buying those rather than taking the stock away from the shelves and the gamers. This was a poor band-aid, and now Nvidia has gone one step further to separate the mining from gaming. Yeah, it's not going to fix anything. Okay, it's definitely not going to fix anything. And here's the mining specs, or the mining GPU specs: the 30HX, the 40HX, the 50HX, and the 90HX. And you can see, compared to their gaming counterparts, this is not as efficient in my opinion. So I'd rather get the 3080 over the 50HX, but it depends on the price. We don't know what the prices of these are going to be. But basically a cut down, these two look like a cut down 3080 right here. So the 90HX would be like the 3080 but without IO. The 50HX, and see that they're saying 86 mega hash at 320, but we don't know if that's like the max TDP or what. You can see the numbers down here at the bottom are what miners are actually getting when you tune and test. So I'm not really sure. But yeah, 90HX will be comparable to the 3080. The 50HX will be comparable to the 2080 Ti or the 2070. I want to say 2070 gets like 45 mega hash, I think. And then these other cards are like RX 580s and Nvidia 1660 Supers and TIs and 1070s and stuff. So it's going to be really up to you on whether or not. All right, we're getting ready to wrap up here. Let's see what's going on. I highly suggest getting into solar before Bill Gates blocks out the sun. And he's going to put the Death Star in front of it. Yeah, I can't always afford to get new GPUs, but I will try to and get the data out to the mining community as often as possible. If you go to Reddit, IMC and VJax, and you'll see, if you just look up 1660 Ti mining performance, 1660 Super mining performance, 3060 Ti, 2080, I posted all my data on there for you guys. It's a data dump for you guys to go and look, and then to put your own data. Like, don't just look at it and be like, oh, well, you're wrong, and you're an idiot. No, be like, hey, I found something. I think you're incorrect with this one spot. This is what I got. This is the power that I'm using, the core clocks, the memory. You know, be constructive. Constructive criticism is always welcome. Just be respectful about it, and I am 100% cool with that. If you come at me sideways, though, we're about to have a moment. Yeah. All right, so let's see here. Max Vulture's answering questions. Appreciate that. What did Miguel ask? Let me see here. Miguel, can you tell us what do you power with the system you have installed? Max Vulture says, I have an 850 mega hash, so I power my rigs, but I am connected to the grid, so I have a net meter. Utility pays me the extra power I produce if I produce excess. Yeah. So if you do go solar, it's depending on your local government, your state government, but you could wind up getting paid by them. Chump Change, are you still in here? Or Pocket Change? You are. Again, my apologies for earlier. Just want to say that. In Florida, I'll be good with solar, but it's just something that I'm trying to get financially able to do. You know, that's the biggest thing is having the money, because the down payment's what's going to hit my pockets. And I am by no means a person of money. I'm broke, but my bills are paid, my family's fed, my kids are clothed, my wife is sort of happy. So we'll just have to keep grinding away. I just want to have the best future for my family, and I'm into crypto because I'm trying to, you know, save up. Not only because I believe in the projects, I do get involved as far as, like, I'm not just holding, I'm also doing trades and stuff like that. Like, I'm a strong believer in taking what you mine and trading it. I used to have an algo bot that I use, and I just take the mining profits and then I accumulate more sats, which is again why, you know, I have the term, or I would like to coin the term, if you guys will allow me, stack them sats. So that's very important to me. I'm just going to keep stacking them sats. All right, so staking race. Late entrant Ethereum lags behind rivals with E2.0, the second biggest cryptocurrency and only the fourth rank staking network, but it looks to catch up to the rest. So there's no news there that Ethereum is switching to proof of stake, and this article is going to be in the description below as well. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you guys. You guys can read perfectly fine by yourselves. just this article is talking about how, from the jump, Ethereum has been planning to go to proof of stake, and it's lagging behind compared. So the proof of stake model has been around since 2012 when it emerged as the alternative way to achieve consensus that Bitcoin's computational heavy proof of work, or compared to it. However, it's taken until now for POS to take off, spurred by the launch of staking on high-profile platforms including ETH 2.0, Polkadot, and Cardano. And that's one of the reasons why Cardano and ADA is doing so good. Despite epic price rises since the start of the year and the fact that its second biggest cryptocurrency by total market capitalization, ETH2, lags behind competitors in the staking rankings. So why is Ether the #1 staking cryptocurrency? And this goes on to a brief history of proof of stake, why staking took off in 2020. You can see here the top proof of stake platforms by total value staked already. Cardano is one. I gotta look at the website. Let me pull it up over here real quick. I gotta look at the website that I use to not only stake but look at how the staking's performing. ADA staking. What is it called? Is it ADA Lite? No, it's one of the pools that we use. What is it called? I can't remember all over the top of my head. I should have put it in my favorites. But yeah, there's a web page. Is it ADA Lite? ADA Lite. No, it's just a wallet. It's a wallet that you can connect to. Anyways, yeah. So if you got Cardano or ADA, you should definitely look into stake. So proof of stake has gone from the fringe idea in the cryptocurrency circles to completely mainstream with the launch of Tezos in 2018. And with large institutions like Coinbase participating in staking, in the meantime, consensus attacks on smaller proof-of-work chains and the high amount of inflation associated with these new proof-of-work chains have made it clear that proof-of-work is no longer valuable for launching cryptocurrencies. I disagree. But, whatever. Everybody has their own and stuff like that. Yeah, pocket change. Indeed. Happy wife, happy life. She's making a huge sacrifice because unfortunately I'm streaming in our bedroom. I don't have a studio. I used to have a secondary location that I was like a co-partner with, and we had all these different rigs set up and stuff like that, but we downsized, or they wanted to downsize because of the bearish nature. Of course, they started hitting me up asking if we wanted to expand again, and I said no, because they weren't a very reliable partner. But now I'm just at my house. I got 2 rigs. All the hardware that I have, I accumulated over time. I don't go to vendors and be like, hey, give me everything you got. No, I just accumulate over time. I got some really old hardware and some really new hardware. So I really do my best to try to keep up with the trends, like new GPUs and stuff like that, new hardware. But I don't have the funds to keep doing that. And your support is tremendously helpful in me being able to do that. And speaking of which, pocket change, thank you so much. $19.99. Just couldn't give me that 1 cent. I'm joking. Do not send 1 cent. I was joking. Here's another GPU if you can find it. Sorry, probably need a couple of zeros added to it when you found one. Thank you so much, pocket change. So yeah, your support through the channel by joining the X Special Forces, by subscribing to the channel, even just the simplest thing of hitting the like button really helps me out. I understand if you can't watch the whole video because most of my videos can be a little bit long, but I try to be as informational, as detailed as possible. I like to consider myself the gamer's nexus of cryptocurrency, but Bits Be Trippin' really takes that title from me because he's a little bit more in depth. I really focus on the hardware. He knows how to focus on the hardware, the software, the development side. He's not like super into the development side, but he understands more than me. But yeah, I really like deep dives, and I like messing with hardware. I like breaking stuff and fixing it. So any support that you can provide, simply hitting the like button is greatly appreciated. Eventually, or from time to time, I show my support by doing some giveaways. I'm not doing a 6K giveaway. I just did 4 and 5K, and before that I did 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think I'm gonna postpone, and just stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter. Keep an eye on the channel. Subscribe. for any future giveaways coming up. But I think we're going to wrap up things here. Let me see if I got any questions. Tell her to message me. She needs to vent. Chump change has been in one small room with 2 kids. Pocket change, that's hilarious. Pancake Swap, Crypto World says, I stake with BNB, ETH, and a few others and get 40% in 30 days ROI. Some even 63,000 API. ADA was only getting 4% API on Exodus wallet. So where's the best place to stake ADA? See, that's what I wanted to show you. ADA staking. I don't want to take up too much of your time. We're already past my time frame here. This it? Yeah, this is it. Check this out, bud. ADA staking pools. You can see. Oh, where's it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where's it at? Here it is. All right, so it tells you the ROI, lifetime ROI, stuff like that. Stake, luck. You got to really look deep into these and mouse over the question marks to understand what they are. I am on ADA Lite, or the Cardanians, but some of these other pools have a better ROI, but it's not going to be as much as what you're talking about with Pancake and stuff like that. Let's just be real. But if you do have Cardano and you're just going to hodl because you believe in the project, or you do want to execute trades with it or whatever, and you know, because there's a lot of things that Cardano, there's a lot of benefits to Cardano and ADA as a whole as far as a project. So I believe in it, which is why I utilize it, hold it, stake it, the whole 9 yards. But it's not going to be as much as you've seen in the DeFi space, unfortunately. But check out adapools.org. I'll post that in the live chat right now, Crypto World. And just a little surprise for you guys, for the few that stuck around. Hopefully it doesn't open up on the screen on the left. But I am going to do something for some of you guys. It's only going to last for 1 day, so people in the future can't do this. There you go. Get in now, otherwise the next time that you will be able to get in is behind joining the X Special Forces 499 group. And for those who have joined the membership, I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate your support and help. I will keep doing my best to continue to provide you content, data, information, or anything that I can possibly provide to the community as a whole. Stay together. If you guys fight with each other, let's have a constructive conversation. Let's argue points backed by data and information. Get over it and move forward. And it's not no feuds, no craziness. Let's not be like other industries or other content creators. Let's just keep it civil and keep moving forward. I think the crypto community is one of my it's my family, and I really appreciate the family support. So you guys take care. I thank you so much for watching. Once again, this stream has been brought to you by dogelord.com. You can check out various collections like my collection. This shirt is continuing to this year. I survived the 2020 GPU drought. On the back it has out of stock, out of notify, coming soon. Get involved in my crypto as I'm wearing today. Stack them sats, and then the SerpentX logo. I will continue to put out more designs as I can, but thank you for your patience, as this is not my full-time job. As the channel grows, I will try to dedicate more and more time, but I can't thank you enough. So, alright, that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thank you so much. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe for more content like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.